How can the DJI Mini 3 Pro possibly get any better whilst remaining under 250 grams? Well, the DJI Mini 4 Pro is here to answer that question. The Mini 3 Pro was such a popular drone, people loved it all over the world due to this small form factor. And now we have a new version, the Mini 4 Pro. So I've been testing this out in some fantastic locations, trying to actually push this drone to its limits and then give you the answer. Should you buy this? Tell you what's new about it. Maybe should you upgrade from the Mini 3 Pro? I'm going to be discussing all of that in today's video. So the Mini 4 Pro is packed full of features. And what DJI have done is they've got the DJI Mavic 3, they've got the DJI Air 3, they've pulled loads of them features out of it and put them into the Mini 4 Pro. It's just remarkable. But the Mini 4 Pro also has a couple of features that those two drones don't even have. Let's get straight into about what's new on this drone and talk about some of those new features. So the drone weight is still the same, it's still 249 grams, but a noticeable hardware difference is this now has omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, the same as the DJI Air 3 and the same as the Mavic 3 as well. This will give you now 360 degrees of obstacle avoidance. Fantastic news. So it detects objects from the front sensors, from the back sensors, but they also look sideways as well now, so you have sideways protection and also sensors on the bottom. This is going to give you much better peace of mind when you're flying a drone. The camera is obviously one of the biggest factors of where you're going to go and get the drone, and this is an f1/1.3 inch 48 megapixel f1.7 fixed aperture 24mm, and you might be thinking that is pretty similar. I've heard that before, and that is because it is the same sensor size as the Mini 3 Pro, but DJI state there's been a lot of internal upgrades going on, so a lot of software processing, the ISP has been upgraded, so the way it actually handles photos and videos has actually been upgraded from the Mini 3 Pro. We saw this also with the DJI Air 3. There's a lot of internal processing going on to make those photos and videos look better. So in my testing, when I've been using this, I just think finally DJI have nailed the overall look, that exposure from these small drones. We saw that with the DJI Air 3, the videos and photos from that drone just look fantastic, but I've also noticed an improvement now with the Mini 4 Pro as well. So I'll put some photos and videos on the screen so you can see for yourself, but the way it just handles the dynamic range, the highlights, the shadows, everything just looks absolutely fantastic and natural. Not too saturated, not too over sharpened, it just looks really nice, and I've been having a lot of fun using this in these locations to get such good quality shots from a small drone like this. And the Mini 4 Pro also has two new color profiles. So you've got normal, we now have HLG. We saw this on the Mavic 3 Pro and the DJI Air 3. We now have it on here and it looks fantastic. So if you shoot in HLG color profile and you've got a HDR monitor or even like an iPhone, everything just looks fantastic, really nice and bright, loads of saturation. The video quality just pops. It's just absolutely incredible to actually look back at that. And HLG is also 10-bit, but we have another 10-bit color profile. We now have D-Log M, and this is fantastic. We saw this on the DJI Air 3 and the Mavic 3 Pro, and it's now on the DJI Mini 4 Pro as well. So it's a flat color profile, so it's going to protect them highlights and shadows. You can then color grade it to make your footage look fantastic. It's what I've been using on all of these clips throughout the video, and this is my preferred color profile on here. I absolutely love it. So I'm really glad we've got those two as well. The drone itself can shoot up to 4K 60 HDR, but slow-mo has been improved. We've now got 4K 100, an improvement over the HD quality from the Mini 3 Pro. This is going to be perfect for actually slowing down really fast moving objects. Could be vehicles, it could be these waves here where I've just got the drone over it. I'm using 4K 100 and I've really slowed it down. It looks fantastic. So it's good at keeping that much better quality rather than HD. You've also got the camera as well. This is the same as the Mini 3 Pro, so it rotates at the touch of a button. You can now get vertical content, so photos, videos, share them to Instagram, and there's no crop, there's no loss of quality. So this is one of the main features people used on the Mini 3 Pro for sharing it to, say, Instagram. You've now got the same one as well, so I'm glad that's there. And we don't have that on the DJI Air 3 or the Mavic 3 Pro either, so that's fantastic. You'll notice that camera-wise, there's not much hardware change. There's a lot of internal processing going on, just like we see in new phones these days. A lot of software is going on in the background to make your photos and videos look better, and it's the same with these drones now. This is actually going to have a lot of new internal software processing going on to make those photos and videos look slightly better than the Mini 3 Pro. Before we talk about the new features on the Mini 4 Pro, if you're enjoying this video, just hit that like button. It really does help out get this video to more places. And if you hit that subscribe button, because this is just like a review of this drone. I've got loads of comparisons and different videos on this, different tutorials coming really soon. They're all ready to go, so don't need to miss out on them, so hit that subscribe button. So you'll notice now that the Mini 4 Pro has a lot of new internal features on here, and a lot of them are features that people have been requesting for years, since the Mini 2. Waypoints is one of them. We finally have waypoints on this drone. So this allows you to create your own custom flight plan. It's so much fun in normal video mode. So you fly the drone around, or you can go and do it on the map itself, and you can just hit the C1 button on your controller and you will get all of these different waypoints. And it's every single waypoint you can get the drone to do different things. So maybe it could be increase or decrease altitude, look a different way. You could actually tilt the gimbal up and down. You can stop and start recording. You can take a photo. You're in complete control at creating these waypoints, and then you can save them, and the drone will remember that waypoint and come back to it at a later date. You don't have to do it all again. It's fantastic. It's also perfect for filming yourself as well, because rather than actually looking down at the screen trying to film yourself, you could create your own waypoint mission and then have the drone fly towards you or over you without having to control it yourself. It is fantastic. This video is sponsored by All. This is where I get all my music and sound effects from, just like for this video. It's literally like the gold standard in terms of music platforms. It is just so easy to use and saves me a lot of time in the video editing process. So all I do is go into the website and I type in cinematic, might be pop, hip hop or classical. Then I get offered thousands of different songs that I can choose from. They're all really good quality. I can download them and put them straight onto my video editor, and I've got high quality music there. But I don't have any fear of getting a copyright strike. All my cinematic videos, all the videos that you see, it's all using Artlist music. And prices start from just $9.99 a month for music and sound effects, and with my link you're going to get an extra 2 months free. And they also have the Artlist 100k funds currently ongoing, where you as a creator, you can actually create your own video showcasing your story, might be a message or your vision of what you would create with that amount of money. And then you could have a chance then of winning $100,000 to make that from a dream to actually a reality. So if you want to go and check out Artlist or actually enter that competition, I'll link it all at the top of the description. We've also got cruise control as well, another requested feature from the DJI Air 3 and the Mavic 3 Pro. We have it on here. So cruise control, you just fly the drone in any direction, hit the C1 button, and it will go into autopilot and continue flying on its own. Absolutely remarkable. Another new feature that we've seen before is night video mode. We saw this on the Mavic 3 and the DJI Air 3. It's now on here. It's fantastic, really useful, especially in low light and at night time. So this will actually increase the ISO automatically, but it also applies its own noise reduction. So your nighttime video looks much sharper. There's hardly any noise. It's absolutely fantastic, the algorithm that goes into this to make that quality look better. So all these nighttime video shots, these are all using night video. One of the features I really do like is active track. Now the Mavic 3 Pro had fantastic active track because you could choose on a clock face 360 degrees where you wanted that drone to track you from. The DJI Air 3 got the same, but the Mini 4 Pro gets active track 360, which is the best available active track. So this allows you to track yourself. You draw a box around you, car, whatever you're in, okay? And the drone will track you, and again on a 360 degrees clock face, so you can choose. But this is even better now because you get an outer ring and you also get an inner ring as well. So you could go on the outer ring and you could choose to track you from, say, behind on the outer ring. So the drone will then go quite far back and track you at a distance at whatever angle you want it to. But then you can then go and swipe on the inner circle and the drone will then come into that inner circle and it will track you fairly close as well. And you can customize that to get really close as well in the settings. This is absolute, just a game changer in terms of active track. It is the best it's ever been. This is remarkable. You get quite creative as well, because you could have, say, it tracking you from the bottom right on the outer circle, and then you could swing the drone around into the inner circle, and you get the drone doing this like tight orbit around you. It's just absolutely bonkers how good this is. You've also got spotlight and POI as well, but the Active Track 360 on here is just on another level, and it works great. And this works in 4K 60, but you can even use 4K 100 in Active Track to get really slow motion video. It works in vertical mode as well, and because we have the omnidirectional centering on here, it gives you so much more confidence. Now, because you can track you can just sit back, the drone's tracking you, it keeps up with you really well, and you're not worrying that it's going to crash into something because it's got all of this obstacle avoidance sensoring. So if you like Active Track, this feature alone is absolutely fantastic. On the bottom of the drone, you also get a new auxiliary light as well. So this is handy when you're filming at night time and you're landing. It will actually light up the ground, so it's much better when you're actually landing the drone. But it's also good because you can actually turn this on or off at the touch of a button as well. So in my customization settings, I've got my C2 button to turn this on or off. This is going to give you better visual line of sight, but at night time it's really bright, so you can see now this is without the actual auxiliary light on, and this is with it on. It makes a big difference. I'm really glad that this is here, and the drone is still now under 250 grams with this new light. One thing though to remember, and this is the same with the DJI Air 3, it was the same with the Mini 3 Pro as well, that this camera is a fixed f1.7 aperture, which is fantastic for low light and nighttime video, but in the daytime, a fixed f1.7 in daylight is going to get so much light coming into that sensor. Your video quality can be really over sharpened, so you're going to need ND filters on here. Now at the time of recording this, when I've been filming it, I've just got the DJI set, so this just comes with an ND 16, 64 and 256, so it is quite limiting. So I was on here using an ND 64 for majority of the time. So all of these video shots, they've all got ND filters on. On the Mini 3 Pro, an ND filter lived on it constantly all the time. I'm sure third-party manufacturers like Freewell there, ND filters will be out really soon as well. But if you are going to be picking one of these drones up, ND filters are a must. Otherwise, your footage isn't going to look brilliant because it's going to be really high shutter speeds because of this f1.7 aperture. You know, when the DJI Air 3 came out, this had the new OcuSync 4 video transmission, the best it's ever been, with the DJI RC2, and people loved it and they hated it because that was only compatible with the DJI Air 3. Well, the RC2 is now compatible with the Mini 4 Pro. So you get the RC2, fantastic controller, there's screens built into it, but you've also got external antennas now, so that signal performance is much better. It's the best it's ever been. It's better than the Mavic 3 Pro's signal. Fantastic. But you also get the controller. Now this is faster, it's got a better chip in it than the DJI RC, so the performance when you're actually switching between the menus, you're changing some of the features on here, it's a lot quicker, a lot snappier. So the controller, I love it. It's really nice and lightweight. I hope DJI make like an RC Pro 2, that would be fantastic, maybe in the future. But for now, this is my favorite controller. With the external antennas, I just don't have any loss in confidence over that signal because it's just so good. And if you have a DJI Air 3 and you want a Mini 4 Pro as a secondary drone, you can now just use the one controller and switch between both of those two drones. So you're not having to take multiple controllers. So those are the main features you get on the Mini 4 Pro. And obviously you still get the features like quick shots, master shots, hyperlapse from the Mini 3 Pro, but this is going to be such now a perfect drone, not only for beginners, but somebody who is traveling a lot or just wants a small drone that isn't a hassle to take around with them, but you're getting even more features now in this drone. And the reason why the mini drones are so popular is because you can pick one of these up and you can fly this in most countries around the world. You're not having to do any pilot's exams in majority of countries, and that's why these are so popular, because they're easy to use, easy to take around with you. You can get great shots now, but now you get even more features built into this, like waypoints, like the Active Track 360. So this is going to sell like hotcakes for the rest of the year, especially around Christmas time. People are going to want this, they're going to need this, they're going to lose sleep over this. They want this drone, and I highly recommend it. So the Mini 3 Pro was the best small drone that's ever been made, and that has now been overtaken buy the Mini 4 Pro. It's not a huge leap advancement from the Mini 3 Pro to the Mini 4 Pro, and I will be doing a comparison on that, but it is better. It has some new features on here which were really requested, and now has it. The Active Track 360, I love it, and the camera is slightly better. That's my honest review of the Mini 4 Pro. So if you want a small drone, or you want a drone to complement one of the bigger drones like the Mavic 3 or the DJI Air 3, this is the winner. It's going to come in a few different versions as well. I'm going to put the prices on the screen now, but the one I've been using is the RC Fly More combo. It's one I would recommend 100%. So on the Mini 3 Pro, when you got that, you then have to buy the Fly More kit as an additional cost, whereas now it's all just bundled in. I think it's a great move from DJI. So you get the bag, you're also going to get 2 extra batteries, and you also get the charging case as well. So you can use this as a power bank, but also charges your battery really fast. You're going to get the cables, and you're going to get loads of propellers. That would be the one I would recommend with the RC2, so you're going to get the very best in signal performance. It's going to be so popular, especially near to Christmas time, so I'll link at the top of the description where it's in stock at the moment. I really highly appreciate it if you use that link, because it'll support this channel as well. I've got a video coming where it's a Mini 3 Pro versus the Mini 4 Pro coming really soon, so make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on that. I know people are going to be interested in should I upgrade to this or not. I would say if you actually want all these new features, you want Active Track 360, then yeah, go and upgrade to it. If you're not bothered about all them features, then your Mini 3 Pro is still good for another couple of years easily. But this is a fantastic drone. If you want the best, go and get the best. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.